Hi there, Maurice Trammell here. I am the author of When Angels Call, Coping with Grief and Loss. I've been writing this book for about 15 years now. This is the latest edition, but I actually began recording the experiences in this book over 30 years ago, when I spent a year of my training in a cancer hospital. Death and dying, grief and loss were on that menu every day. We were dealing with both patients and family members who were grieving the situation that they were involved in. Those that were given a terminal diagnosis and those that were watching a loved one fade away. During my practice years, I saw many clients going through this experience of grief and loss. They were dealing with the usual deaths through old age and illness, and also with deaths related to accidents and other sudden occurrences. I also saw people who lost loved ones through murder and suicide. Those were very special categories for both them and for me to deal with. In my own life, I've lost my mother, several very good friends, and a number of extended family members, some of whom died way too young. My approach to this book is very simple. I'm a storyteller. I like telling stories because they capture the essence of an experience, and that's what I want to get across. I use poetry, reflections, and storytelling as a means of getting you, the person in grief, in touch with your feelings, in order for you to be able to accept them, feel them, and express them safely, as these arise within your heart. Your key to success in dealing with grief is self-honesty. It is your best tool for getting through life in the most general sense, but in the case of grief, it is imperative that you apply it with sincerity. Remember, you're only being honest with yourself by accepting how you feel. This is your turn at the wheel of grief, and you need to be honest about your feelings so you can navigate this process without damaging yourself further. Just ask yourself, how do I want to deal with this process of grief? Then govern yourself accordingly. I myself am again a recent participant in this journey through grief. My father passed away a week ago today. Once again, I'm navigating this experience of loss and applying everything I've learned to keep my emotional head above water. I am surviving. Although Dad was 90 years old and had fallen ill once again, his death was still a shock. And I still have to give my head a shake every day to remind myself that he's truly gone. With our family, we had the usual gatherings, the funeral planning, the services, and the final goodbyes at the gravesite. All through this, I've stayed true to my feelings. I have cried when I needed to. I reached out to family for comfort and support, and I provided the same to them when they reached out to me. The fact that I'm a trained psychologist with over 30 years of experience did not and does not reduce my share of the pain and suffering associated with loss. Staying true to my feelings is what got me through before and what will get me through again this time. I wish you all the best on your healing journey. If you acquire this book, follow the instructions provided and just be honest with yourself throughout the process. The stories, poems, and reflections in here will surely touch your heart, and you will be better and stronger at the end of this process than you ever thought possible. Such is the journey through grief and loss. By simply being honest, especially in those lowest of moments, we ultimately find out how strong we really are. You will survive. Be assured of that. I'm Maurice Trammell. All my best to you.